All right, guys. So if you would either find your textbook, turn to page 53, or find the PDF version online if you are at home. We are looking at making punch. So my paper is going to say 1, but in reality, you need to find your textbooks and open up to page 53. So we're going to look at unit rate representations for making punch. Okay, so we are on activity 1.1, which means you need to flip over to the next page. And we're going to look at this. We're looking at determining unit rates. So 4 students share their recipes for lemon lime punch. The class decides to analyze the recipes to determine which one will make the fruitiest tasting punch. Okay, I've got 4 kiddos here: Mason, Carlos, Tyler, and Zeb. Problem number 1 is asking which recipe has the strongest taste of lemon lime. Show your work and explain your reasoning. Well, I want to know which one of these recipes is going to have a stronger lemon lime taste. All right. So what I need to do is I'm going to look at the number of cups of lemon lime to the total cups overall. I believe, if you give me 2 seconds here. So you guys will have access to a handy dandy calculator. So let's take a look here. So I've got 4 cups of lemon lime to 8 cups of, no, I'm going to do lemon lime to soda. Sorry. So I got 4 cups of lemon lime to 8 cups of soda. When I mix the two, I get a ratio of 1/2. So Mason has a ratio of 1/2. Carlos, we got Carlos, then we have Tyler, and then we have Zeb. Well, Carlos, he has a ratio of 2/3, or 2 divided by 3. Well, that gets me 0.6 repeating. Okay, I can sit here and say that that's 0.5. This one is equal to 0.666, and I'm going to put a line over it, then that means repeated. Okay, well, Tyler's recipe is 3 cups of lemon lime to 5 cups of soda. When I sit here and divide that, I get 0.6. And then I have one last recipe to look at, and that is Zeb's, where it is 1 cup of lemon lime to 4 cups of club soda. And for his decimal, it is 0.25. Okay, so if I was to round to the nearest 10th, okay, and rounding to the nearest 10th, you look to the number to the right. So it looks like I'm stuck at 0.5 for Mason. Carson, I see that it's 6, which means that 6, it rounds up to 0.7. I stay at 0.6 for Tyler, and for Zeb, I'm still at 0.6. So which friend here has the highest or the strongest tasting lemon lime? And for this, our friend is Carlos. Okay, Carlos has the strongest lemon lime tasting. Okay, now which one has the weakest taste? So the least amount of lemon lime. Well, we did our work right here. Now, which one has the weakest? I didn't simplify this. It needs to be 0.3. Sorry. Which one has the weakest? And well, it looks like Zeb has the weakest. Okay, he has a 0.3% of lemon lime, or 30%. Okay. All right. Look on over to our second page here. So you just turk your little eyes and move on over. All right, so Emily and Julio each used unit rates to compare Mason and Tyler's recipes. Okay, so we're comparing Mason and Tyler's. So Emily says this: Mason's recipe, 4 cups of lemon lime to 8 cups of soda. The unit rate is 1/2 cup lemon lime per 1 cup of club soda. Okay, that's what we just found. Tyler's recipe, it says 3 cups of lemon lime and 5 cups of club soda. The unit rate is 3/5 cup of lemon lime per 1 cup of soda. And Emily said that 3/5 is greater than 1/2. So Tyler's recipe has the stronger taste of lemon lime. Okay, well, it looks like Emily's recipe checks out. And we can double check her math by doing 3/5. Well, I get 0.6 and 1/2. I get 0.5, so her math here checks out. Now let's check Julio. Julio says Mason's recipe. Well, if I have 4 cups of lemon lime to 12 total cups of punch. All right, the unit rate is 1/3 cup of lemon lime per cup of punch. Tyler's recipe, 3 cups of lemon lime to 8 cups of total punch. The unit rate is 3/8 cup of lemon lime per cup of punch, where 3/8 is greater than 1/3. So Tyler's recipe has the stronger taste of lemon lime. Okay, and it looks like Julio is correct. Compare Julio's and Emily's strategy. In what ways are they different, and how did they arrive at the same answer? All right, so let's compare the two. All right, so I noticed when I look through Emily's, I see that I have 4 cups, and if I look at Julio's, I still stay at 4 cups of lemon lime. Okay, my big difference between the two is that Emily is looking at 4 cups of lemon lime and 8 cups of club soda, where Julio looks at 4 cups of lemon lime, that's still the same, to 12 cups total. Okay, to 12 cups total. Okay, so when I look at this, and I want to know how are they different, I'm going to say this. Emily compared the two, or the units, the 2 different parts. Okay, she compared the 2 different parts. Okay, so she compared lemon lime to, what was it, club soda. Okay, whereas Julio, Julio, Julio compared the lemon lime to the total number of parts, to the whole, okay? Or number, or the total also means whole. So what Julio did was lemon lime to whole, okay, or total. Okay. All right. On to number 4.
Kyla Weber, please go to room 609 with Miss Tennessee. Kyla Weber, please go to room 609 with Miss Tennessee. Thank you.
Okay, so number 4, complete each table, include the unit rate of lemon lime for each of the cups of punch for each recipe. Then draw a graph of each recipe on the coordinate plane. Label each graph with a person's recipe and unit rate. All right, so Ms. Roberts has got to find a couple of other colors. There we go, got my 4 colors here. All right, so I need to pay very close attention. I want to know the number of cups for 1 cup of punch for Mason. So I'm going to flip back over here and I'm going to look at Mason. I see that I have 4 cups of lemon lime to 8 cups of soda. Well, how many total cups do I have for Mason? I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have 12 total. Let's do this. Okay, let's go ahead and total up these others. Well, I have 5 plus 3 more, which is 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, 8 total. Okay, I have 4 cups of soda plus 1 cup of lemon lime. That's 5 total. And then I have 3 cups of soda and then 2 cups of lemon lime, which is 5 total. All right. So when I looked over here at Julio, he sat here and said, okay, well, 4 cups of lemon lime to 12 cups of total punch. I'm going to go back for a second. I want to know, how did he get down to 1/3? Well, he took the number of cups of lemon lime, which is 4, and he placed it over 12, and he divided those 2 numbers. Okay, there are 2 ways you can do this. You can use your handy dandy calculator, which we've got available to us. And we're going to do 4 divided by 12. And that's going to get us 0.3 repeating. Okay, or you can sit here and you guys can use long division. Well, what number can go into both 4 and 12? Well, that is 4. Well, 4 divided by 4 is 1. 12 divided by 4 is 3. And that gets us our fraction of 1/3. Okay, of 1/3. Which goes ahead and we'll answer our first question for Mason. So 1/3. Okay. If I double the total cups of punch to 2, well, I need to double my 1/3. All right. So 1/3 times 2. okay, is going to be 2 over 6, which is, hang on, trying to make sure I get this all right. 1/3 times 2, I know I should be this, is 2/3. Okay, if I triple what I'm doing, it looks like I'm going to end up at 1 whole cup of lemon lime. And if I quadruple, what I'm going to end up is 1 1/3 cup of lemon lime. Okay, that's for Mason's recipe. Now let's take a look at Carlos. Well, I have 2 cups of lemon lime to a total of 5. So I have 2 over 5. Does that go nice into a decimal? It does, but let's leave it. If I double this, so I'm going to have 2 divided by 5 times 2. I get 0.8, and that in a fraction is 4/5. Okay, if I triple this, 5, what did it be? I'm going to have 1, and let's see, let's do 2 more, and what, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hang on. I gotta do a little bit of math here. Let's do decimal. That'll get me easier. Actually, I'm going to end up at 2, and it says it's 0.4. And that's going to be 2 2/5. And if I quadruple this here, what I'm going to end up with, let's see, let me go back. There we go. All right, so what is it? 2 divided by 5, 2 divided by 5 times, what do I have? 4. And I'm going to get 1.6, or in fraction version, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is 1. And I did not do that correctly. This is wrong. 3 over 5. So 3 is wrong. 2 divided by 5. I knew I did something wrong. There we go. It's supposed to be 1 1/5. All right. See, that goes to show that even teachers make mistakes every once in a while. So 1 1/5. Okay. All right, let's look at Tyler's recipe. We're going to use blue. So Tyler has 8 total cups, and he has 3 cups of lemon lime. So I'm going to have 3 over 8, which I feel like this would be easier in decimals. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so I'm going to do 3 divided by 8, and I'm going to multiply that by 2, and I get 0.75, which is 3 over 4. I'm going to do 3 divided by 8 times 3, which is 1.125, which is going to be 1 1/8. And then 3/8 times 4, that's going to be 1 1/2, or 1 2 over, or 4 over 8. All right, and then our last friend, we're going to use, what color have I not used? Pink. Our last friend here is Zeb, and I have 5 total cups with 1 cup of lemon lime. So I'm going to have a 1 over 5, double, triple, quadruple. So I'm going to have 1 divided by 5, times 2. And I'm going to have a 1/4, which that equals to 2/5. 1 divided by 5 times 3, which is 0.6, which I think that one, it's not 2/3. It's going to be 3 over 5. And then 1 divided by 5 times 4, which is 0.8. And I believe that will be 4 over 5. Okay, 4 over 5. All right, when looking down here at our graph, I'm going to do a very just basic graphing of this. We will get further into graphing later. But let's look at Mason. So what I am going to do is I am going to label my axes here. I'm going to change my colors so that way we can easily see the difference. If I can find my black. All right, so I'm going to say I have 1 cup here, 2 cups, 3 cups, and 4 cups. Okay, I've numbered it 1, 2, 3, and 4. And let's see, I don't go above 1. So let's start this off right here with 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 1.
Good afternoon. We found a person on the blue bench is a black Steve Madden. Steve Madden?
1
Steve
and
Madden.
2
Steve Madden
fourths.
first.
1 and
If
3
it's yours,
fourths.
come up and describe it, and I'll let you have it back.
And then 2. Okay, so I labeled it up by fourths. You could have done any which way you would like. But what's going to happen is that if you think about it, if I have 0 cups of punch, am I going to have any cups of lemon lime? No. So I need to start my graph here at 0, 0. And then for Mason, it looks like at 3, I hit 1. So for Mason, at 3, I hit 1. And so his graph for his line will look similar to this right here. Okay. Now I'm going to look at Tyler. So it looks like between 2 and 3, at some point between 2 and 3, I hit 1. So I'm going to kind of say right about here. Okay, somewhere close to about 2 and 3, I hit 1. So for Tyler's recipe, I'm just a tad bit above Mason. Now I'm looking at Carlos, and Carlos, it looks the same between 2 and 3. Well, let's take a look. So 1 divided by 8, that's 0.25. I'm getting a little technical here. And it looks like 1/5 is going to be bigger than that. So I'm going to kind of go closer to 2 for turning 1 for our friend here. And then we're going to have this line here. And then our very last one, our pink one for Zeb. So it looks like I would have to have 5 cups of punch for Zeb. So I'm going to add 1 more here for 5. For 5 cups of punch for Zeb total to get 1 full cup of lemon lime, which then here's my graph for Zeb. Okay, there's my graph for Zeb. Number 5, it is asking us, what do you notice, or what does the steepness of each line represent? Okay, meaning when I look at the steepness, I want to look at how close it is to a vertical straight line. Okay, and what does it represent to me? Well, when I look at my different colors here, I see that Carlos is purple, and I see that my purple line is the closest to steepness. So when it's asking what does the steepness mean or represent for each line, I'm going to say the steeper my line is, the more lemon lime I will taste. Okay, the more lemon lime concentrate you will have. Okay, how could you use the graph to determine which recipe has the strongest lemon lime taste? Well, by looking at the graph, I can see, okay, well, which one is steeper? I see that Carlos is steeper, so purple is steeper. I'm going to have more lemon lime. Now, which color has less lemon lime in it? It looks like pink, and we said it was Zeb, and look, pink matches Zeb. So I can use my graph to see whose line is steeper or less steep. Okay, steeper or less steep. All right, to get us a little bit of extra practice, if you would please, on page 57 in your book, we are going to look and do a few extra practice problems. So I would love for you guys to look at the right. So I want you to complete this little box here. How can you write a unit rate be helpful when solving problems? And then I want you guys to do the practice, just this right here. You've got 1 through 3. Okay, it's just practice on writing ratios and unit rate. If you have any questions, please let us know.